right? Go on.
Yeah,
Go
no,
on.
no, definitely.
Go
Like,
on.
I mean, have you ever has the podcast been something you've always wanted to do? And this is me just curious, or is it something that you had to you forced yourself to reinvent yourself in a way? Because this isn't it for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's not. You know that this is a stop for you. This is a chapter in your book. Did you ever think I have to reinvent myself, or was that a product of the things that were telling you no, or the things that was challenging?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think it's a mix of them all, but the thing that kind of like supersedes all of them, which I try and tap into, which I think you'll resonate with because I think that's the conversation we're having, is having a connection with your intuition. Like for me, it's, I'm not looking at like, oh, what's the next trend? Or like, how do I disrupt myself? Because to me, those things are still following other patterns.
Got you.
Whereas it's intuitively going like, what is the thing that I bring, or what do I want to do, or what is the missing piece of the puzzle that I believe I have a unique qualification to fill.
Got you.
Because if I'm always looking around, there will always be a million things. Like I always say to people, if you go to a real estate conference, you'll realize you don't invest enough in real estate.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
If you go to a cryptocurrency conference, you'll feel like, oh crap, I didn't do this. And if I sit with a group of actors, I'll be like, oh man, I should have started. Like, you're always gonna feel the deficiency of the trend that you study.
Correct.
And so if you live that way around, it gets really complicated because then you're like, well, do I do this or do I do that? Like whereas when you go inward, it's like, oh, I feel alignment with this right now because it lets me express myself. It lets me connect with people in a certain way. I feel I'm at the right evolution in my journey where it can manifest, as opposed to like, oh, yeah, let me just figure out what the next big thing is. Which,
correct.
If that
makes so much sense, bro. And I think that's what it is like your alignment with where you feel truthful.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes that always doesn't mean you're going to be financially okay.
Totally.
As well. You know, like you can feel spiritually aligned and everything, and mortgages due. You know, rent is due. You feel me? So there's that element of it as well that you have to find your way through. Yeah, that intuition, that North Star is something that has led me all types of places that I wouldn't trade in for the world. You know, just that feeling of this feels right. Yeah. And I know, does it make sense? There's probably some other things on paper that seems like the better option or choice, but this feels right. And you know, more often than not, you know, it's been the right move.